Welcome. We are back.
Yes, Husky.
I go by the name of Hungry HD, aka HD for short. And to my left, I have the incomparable.
It's Trell Maurice.
Yeah, we come together to form the Peace King Podcast.
Peace King Podcast.
Yeah, back for episode number 11.
Let's get it on 10.
Yeah, fresh off the watch party for episode 10 last night.
That watch party was lit.
Vibe.
Hey, man, we going to have to run that back. I like watching the episodes with them.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That was a vibe. Listen, we told y'all on the other episode that it was going to happen.
Yeah, we did.
Told y'all to get involved.
Indeed.
If you ain't pull up, you missed a good one.
You miss a good time.
I'm telling you.
Us watching it live for the first time with all the subscribers, with all the supporters, life was good, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Listen,
man.
on that note, let me say peace, King.
Peace, King.
Yeah.
Yes,
man.
Husky.
How's your week, man?
A beautiful week, you know, and like we were saying last night with the watch party, that was a great way to have a midweek break. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And then now filming this is on point, man. My kids, they good, you know, enjoying the summer break.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and the yob be yobbing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nothing to it but to do it. Hey, I feel like, I ain't going front. I feel like that's my second job on a low ski. I feel like that this is such a passion and I love this mixed with the going live with Trell. Like, yo, it's just, I feel like that's where a lot of my energy and stuff go because I've been in the game for years.
Yeah.
Maybe an animal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's coming to an end. I'm retiring in a couple of years and
Fire.
you know, and I found a new passion, new career, I feel. And that right there just makes the week splendid. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, man. How was yours, yeah?
Oh, man, I won't complain. You know, I mean, just to touch on that, like that's fire because, you know, some people can't even find one passion, you know what I'm saying? So you,
Facts.
two, you know what I mean? So that's dope.
Yes,
Yeah, man, I echo the sentiment as far as, again, like we said, the watch party, that was definitely a highlight of my week. Just seeing the reactions, everybody that showed up. Just in the moment, they were excited and expressing that, but afterwards, you know, all the love we got sent to the page, the Instagram page, and then we went live actually for a little bit after the recap.
That was
and
lit.
just, you know, go a little deeper into some topics. So dope. And actually, it led to us, you know, agreeing to do it again. So we haven't, you know, decided just, you know, when we gonna do it again, but definitely look out for the next watch party. And this time, if you ain't show up, your ass need to be there. All right?
You heard HD.
Yeah. it's a
You
fact.
already know.
Yeah.
Hey, man, life is good, man. I'd say let's dive into it. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Let's dive into it. First on deck, what we talk about, man. Do you think some people are overly concerned with their partner's sex history or someone they're interested in, like at the beginning? Are they, yep, we diving straight into it, y'all. Just like some of y'all be diving straight into it. You feel what I'm saying? Tell me where to go. But like,
Raw
do you
dads,
think that
too.
some are raw dads? And when we talking sex history, we talking body count, experience, you know what I mean, reputation, are they a freak or not, boom, boom, boom. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Listen. You know, it goes two ways because one, I understand wanting to be educated, you know what I mean, and aware of what you're getting yourself into, literally. So I get it. But at the same time, I do think a lot of people become too concerned. I think, you know, as a man, you know, it definitely could play on your psyche. I think that traditionally I've been cool. Like, I don't really, because people ask, like, what's your body count? We kind of at a point now in life where I feel like we're a little too grown to still ask that question. But, you know, or even if you do ask the question, to be like, you know, overboard with it, right? Overzealous about it.
Yeah.
But I can recall a time, and again, I was younger. Even at that point, in that time when I wasn't really stressing it, I was familiar. I didn't know the number, but I knew like she was outside a little bit.
Yeah.
And as much as it didn't, you know, it bothered me a little bit. I can't lie. Like in the back of my mind, it'd be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially as it progressed, because I really started feeling her. She felt me. It was growing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but can I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Say, you know, never turn a hoe to a housewife, right? That
was the expression.
Yeah,
back
I was
in the
playing
day,
in my head. You know what I'm saying? And And she knew it though too. And she was like, yo, you can't use that against me, because the dope thing about us is we had like a really dope friendship that kind of led into it. So we was open with a lot of the stuff. So it was like, now you can't like use that against me, knowing, you know, that we was honest with each other and open about whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just kept thinking.
I did. Look, over time. And listen, I got into a relationship with her, and she's a dope person. But every now and then it would be like, this motherfucker.
A lot of cats and pipe this one down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you know, now y'all Eskimo brothers. If you do some of them, you know what I'm saying? You just got kinfolk everywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I never asked the question. I never was concerned about the body count, ever. And it's probably because back in the day, I didn't want the question to be returned.
That part too. Yeah.
Because I was never going to answer it.
Great point.
Because, you know, I ain't want her to look at me a certain way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I ain't going to ask you. Don't ask, don't tell. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know your boy in the military. Hey, back in the day, we had don't ask, don't tell. We don't have it anymore. Yeah. But it was one of those things where I ain't even going to ask her what her body count is. Don't tell me what your body count is. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, I did care about a reputation, though.
Yeah.
So I feel as if I don't need to know how many men she slept with to hear that she was for the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't. I still got that one? Dang, I don't got that one no more. I need to bring that one back. She been out in the streets.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
But, like, so if word was around that she was just outside, like, she was just out there, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Then she just wanted the one for me.
Yeah.
I was even the type where if she out there, she mad loose, I didn't even want to just smit and ding. I didn't want a one night stand. Because I had, if anybody could, I always had an ego, y'all. I'm sorry. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
But if any of these dudes can smit and ding, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Where's the joy of me pulling it? Like me feeling like I'm special or got the gift of gab to where I done, wooed her enough where, boom.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to be like, yo, I could talk a woman's clothes off, bro.
Listen.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't even got to touch her.
You got it or you don't.
That was one of those things. So I prided myself in having a good talk game, a good intellect game, like great conversation, a raconteur, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like just
Talk
going in and storytelling, what have you. Like, yo, the silver tongue. Like I prided myself on that. Therefore, if it takes nothing to get this woman, I don't want it. You know what I mean? It's not valuable.
Yeah.
So I cared about the experience. That was a long way of saying I cared about not the experience, excuse me, the reputation.
Yeah.
I cared about the reputation. But I do care about her being experienced, though. So I didn't want her to be a straight virgin as I'm trying to get in a vagine. I didn't want her to be super innocent. But if she was not that experienced, it was cool. As long as she was open and willing.
See, I'm glad you said that, because here's the part to it, though. And this is why really when it comes down to it, it doesn't make sense. And for the fellas that just be on it heavy and just harboring about, the body count, a lot of us want experienced women. We want women that know what they're doing. Experience doesn't always come with body count, though. Like, it can just, you can have a low body count, but just have a lot of sexual experience with those few partners, right? So you got to change the way you look at it from that standpoint. And from the other standpoint, my main point is, where you think that experience come from, fam? You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
When she come to you with experience, she got it from somewhere.
Indeed.
So you can't be mad at it, but then want it at the same time, too. You know what I'm saying? It's like the gift and the curse. You got to pick a side to be on. And so it's like, actually, you should probably thank that man. Congratulate him, man, for sending you, you know what I'm saying, the package right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, he
Bruh,
did the work for you.
He did. He taught her a little something.
Yeah.
Brothers be like, I ain't mad at it, but I ain't glad at it either. It's one of those like, don't ask me. Bro, oh man, I shouldn't even tell this story, man. Now I got to do it.
Yeah,
but,
got to do it.
Nah, it sounds too braggy. Dang, I should have did that on the live. I mean, on the pod. Now I got it. Anyways, bottom line is, fellas, don't ask your lady if you're the best she ever had. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
No, I think I want to hear the story now.
I ain't
man.
saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I gotta advocate for the people because they feel the same way I feel right now.
I get a abridged version. All right, so boom. And mind you, this is not me bragging, right? I'm not the best out there. All right. Like, I ain't gonna say I'm the best out there. There's always somebody better than you. But in this instance, a woman that I was with sexually, her boyfriend asked her who was the best that she was with. She name dropped your boy.
Hey, listen.
Hey man, obviously I took it as a compliment.
And the winner is. You know.
But this was the weird part. Her boyfriend wanted to watch us have sex, bro.
Yeah.
What part of the game is that? Like,
that took a hard left,
bro.
Pause. No pun intended. You know
bro,
what I'm
so
saying?
obviously I took the compliment like, okay, yeah. I mean, and I said it before. I think I said it on the live before, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like all, like, I don't mind different types because, like, if she thicker, that comes with some flyness, but if she's smaller, like, you pick her up, dog. Yeah. So she was a bit more petite or whatnot. So she was one to kind of really to experiment and have fun with.
I call that fun size.
Fun size,
yeah, you know
yes.
Yeah.
So with that, I can see why she said, "Oh yeah," because we just had fun, bro. Like I was experimenting, having fun with her. Like stuff was wild, and that was when my workout game started coming, rub it down.
Oh no,
hey, you already know. Bottom line is this: I think he was just too curious now. Why?
Yeah.
What is he doing and I ain't doing? Yeah. And I think his ego wouldn't allow him to just ask her that. And maybe they were just on some freaky stuff. I was just like, nah, I declined. I was like, nah, bro, you're not watching me having sex with her.
Yeah, that's a little different. You know what I'm saying? I can't even put myself in that mindset. Like, what? I'm not trying to watch another man knock it down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Weird behavior, bro.
Again, yeah. I mean, we touch on that another day.
Yeah.
But, like,
all right, I'm going to add a little bit more that made it a little bit more weird.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about it. Go ahead.
I can't believe I'm saying this on the pod, but hey, it is what it is. We family. So I declined. Bro, she went back and told him, like, no, he's not with that. I know this guy. I don't know him, but I seen him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen him around. Bro, gonna ask her if he can be in the closet. What? So he was like, yo, if he feels uncomfortable to me, watch. I could be in a closet. Bro, I would still know you're there. That's weird, bro. That's mad weird. I was like, nah, absolutely not. Because here's the thing. I was starting to think, I had to consult with the homies and we were laughing about it. I ain't gonna front. But like, here's the thing. One of my homies made a great point. He was like, bro, if you make her do something, or she reacts, or hits a noise, or anything along those lines that he ain't make her do, bro, he might come out that closet.
Jumping out the closet.
How you gonna fight somebody you naked, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, yo, I say that's a bad scenario to be in. So
that's a new definition of slanging and banging, man. You know what I mean?
I was like, nah, absolutely not. I make her moan or react in the way that you ain't make her do that, bro. Nah, man, that ain't even gonna be a good move. And again, I ain't acting like I'm the best thing since sliced bread. It's just that was a real life story, and like some of the homies could vouch because we were kind of laughing about it in the moment, and they knew who the dude was too, man.
Listen,
like, yo, you want me to smash a girl? That's weird. So I didn't do it. Shoot, the story's not over. All right. You know what?
No.
We don't need to run it back. I mean, this wasn't even a segment. All right. So I was like, no, don't go in the closet. I mean, like, no, I'm not doing that. He came back again. Through her. She was like, all right, he's wondering if we can record it.
Now. See, I was going to say that. Like, if you're going to do it, if anything, record it and just send it all. But that's still weird. Like very Jeepers Creepers vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Now
like,
this is back. You said send it off. This is well before.
oh,
then.
yeah, I'm
this
bugging.
is like
this
is like 2007-ish, 2008.
okay.
I mean, I was like 21, 22, y'all.
They had a bandwidth for this.
Way back in the day. Way back in the day. It was like the handheld camera.
Oh, okay.
Like the small handheld
like the handy
cameras.
cam joint. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like the screen flips out, like the 2.5-inch screen and all of them joints.
The strap on the side. Yeah.
I was grimy. I ain't gonna front. I did some messed up stuff. I was ashamed of myself. I ain't gonna lie. The dude, he talked some smack to my homie before. I ain't really like the dude anyways. So I agreed to it. Yeah. And like she came over at a stripper pole in my apartment. Bro, she gave a whole show. He ain't know that part. She gave a whole show at the stripper pole. We went in the room. I submitted dinged. Mm-hmm. She went in the restroom. I went to the camera and deleted it. Highlight them apples.
Hey.
Smashed the guh. And you ain't even get to see. So grimy. That was messed up for the woman. I'm sorry. Karma probably came back to me in some way, shape, or form already. It was a grimy move. I was 21, 22. That was not the right thing to do. That's the moral of the story. It wasn't the right thing to do.
What, the doing it or the deleting the video?
Oh, okay. Because I gotta agree to it. So it basically, I had sex with her for no reason.
Yeah.
Like,
just cause.
But I had already hooked up with her before, so I was like, hey, charge it to the game.
Right. I mean, listen. I don't know what you expect to get when you ask a man for the video so you could take notes. This is heavy on the I don't know her name, but Derek Jackson wife. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like, yo.
Are you here for the Derek Jackson experience? Are you here for the Trell Maurice experience?
Facts, man. Like,
but my deal is, as a man, I get it. You want to know more about your lady and stuff like that, and we're talking about experience of your partner. You were curious about her experience or whatnot, but don't ask that question. And especially if you know who they got, why would you ask? And then ladies, just if you do ask and that's his fault, just lie to the guy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I would never ask that question. That's ridiculous.
I feel like for men,
because I'm probably not going to be the best one more times than I have no idea. Like, yo.
Oh, that question. Yeah, so, it makes no sense to ask that question. Yeah. Because the reality is you can't really validate the answer, right? Like you know what I'm saying? You can't really do no type of checks and balances to make sure that whether she's lying or not. So it's like she can tell you anything just to tell it to you, boost your ego, feed your ego. So it's like, why even bother? At the end of the day, are you satisfying her or not? Is she having a good time or not? I'm not really concerned. Like if I'm your best, that would be beautiful. But if I'm not, I just want you to have a good time. Enjoy your time here. Want to keep coming back for more.
Indeed.
That's the point of it. And I mean, I guess that question, no, don't ask that. But I guess question, to kind of replace that, what you could ask is, how could I be better? How could I please you better? What are the ways, right? Like,
come on, man.
And
you preaching now.
She's probably gonna tell you some things that Trell did to her. You know what I'm saying? But you just won't know it was Trell that did it to her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you need to pick me up sometimes. Switch it up. Don't be the same.
Right. You know
all right, the tips and the tricks we covered soon. You already know. Hey, your HD, we've been on some panels before, like as far as like for the ladies now, not for the fellas. We ain't giving tips to the fellas, but we did give some to the ladies on the things that we like and stuff before. Shout out to the sets coaches that we know out here. We already named them in previous episodes. Y'all know who y'all are. I appreciate y'all. All right, my bad. I interrupted. Go ahead, bro.
No, you good. But yeah, that's it, man. Just, ask questions. Don't be too prideful. Right? Like, have no shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to better yourself, especially if it's a woman that you really see yourself with, and you want to please in every way. It will behoove you to find out how you can do that. Because, especially for the people where it's a lot of times where you might find somebody that's, scoring off the charts in all other levels, but the sex is just lacking. We talked about that actually on the episode. So, in that case, you can fix that, right? Like, hopefully, so you ask those questions and you try to do it.
Indeed.
And, get to it.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. I mean, that's pretty much, are you overly concerned with it? The The last part, I guess, I would ask with, well, I guess that goes with the freak versus the prude. I mean, it goes into communication right there up front, kind of like, hey, are you open and willing to? I think it's cool to have a sex talk after a little while. Like, you know, you starting to learn a little bit more about the person, especially if y'all in a committed relationship. Talk about sex and what you like and don't like. And then the past traumas, too, associated with it. I think that can have a direct effect on a relationship, right? Past sexual traumas I'm speaking to. Because, I mean, like, yo, it's prevalent, man. A lot of women especially, and some men, too, now,
absolutely.
have experienced being sexually molested or taken advantage of in their youth.
Yeah.
And that can have a negative second, third order of effect into their adulthood. You feel what I'm saying? So with that, I say, hey, seek the appropriate counseling and therapy needed. And, hey, I think it's not bad to ask those questions once you've gained the trust, you got the rapport, the relationship is going on. I wouldn't do that on the first date or nothing like that. But like really kind of learning, hey, after a while you gain that trust and such, y'all on that type of time. Ask about it. Hey, where is anything in your past that, you know, is concerning or what you think I should know about or whatnot? You know, that could have an effect on our sexual relationship. Because there may be some things that they just won't do or will do based off of a trauma.
That's a fact. Yeah, no, that's a fact. And, you know, two things. Like, that's actually a great point because that's another thing, another reason why people should take your time, you know, on getting to know somebody and rush into committed relationships because it's a whole lot of things going on that you don't know about, and that's a very big one. And I feel like that pause that we don't really address ever. You know? Listen, man, I got
I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, that joke is hilarious.
You know where I'm from.
Yeah,
man.
I feel that.
Harlem, especially, a lot of my dudes, they see it, they're gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean? The group chat gonna be going crazy, like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
They
So,
go, bro, I heard what you said.
facts, you know what I'm
They
saying?
gonna be like,
Oh man, not again.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that type of stuff. And I feel like that, again, you know, and what I'm saying, it takes time to get to that place to have those type of conversations. So you want to allow that to happen. The other thing I want to speak on, which I feel like we might have to have like a topic on this. I don't know, but dudes, like talking, like you said, is talking about sex. Stop bringing up sex on like your first conversation
for real
with a woman.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like your first few, I don't know how many other conversations, like relax. You looking real thirsty out here. You know what I'm saying? Like heavy thirst bucket. I'm bringing the old term back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on now.
You looking crazy. Like, and I don't understand why you do it. Like, naturally, it's gonna get to that place if you get it.
Talk
there.
to him, HD.
You know what I mean? Like, if you that guy and she feeling you, it's gonna happen. 9 times out of 10, if she's entertaining you, there's a high probability, at least a 50-50 chance that you're gonna smash because she's probably sexually attracted to you already. You know what I'm saying? So it's just your job to do the things that's gonna completely leave the door open. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Anderson .Paak, Silk Sonic. Open.
Come on now. And you gonna walk right in that mother.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
He's telling y'all some game right now, bruh. Come on, let him know.
All you doing is actually lessening your chances by doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really just zero need to do that. Like just have fun. Get to know her. You know what I'm saying? Make her comfortable.
Yes, sir.
Understand because at the same time too, you probably the same dudes that get in there and then she be talking about you in the group chat because it's trash. Because you know why? You so busy rushing to the sex conversation that you're not taking time to have these conversations to just pay attention to the nuances of who she is, right? How she moves, what interests her.
Yes,
you
sir.
understand what I'm saying? Like how she move physically and just mentally, all of those things, right? So these are all things that you could take cues from and apply it to the sex. And at the same time, that's part of foreplay. You mentally stimulating her and getting her ready. She turned up. She might not be showing it to you just yet, but she getting there, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only a matter of time. So just stop doing this, man. Just
don't do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of the sex game to a woman, man, quick. But it makes me think of something though. Now you already hit it. I can't even go. But like, yeah, we've been toying with the idea about having people call in.
Facts.
And I think we have have one. Let me see if this works. We're gonna do this together, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing this together. Like, yo, I'm excited about it. But I think that, it's a speak your piece segment.
Yeah.
And I think that she has something related to that topic. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
let's get
And
into it.
I think let's
Listen,
do it.
one of the
Go ahead.
things on the watch party we found out, just like Speak Your Piece is our favorite segment, it's a lot of people's favorite segment. So we felt like to celebrate the watch party, we're gonna give y'all 2 Speak Your Piece segments today. Bonus Speak Your Piece, and we're gonna have to call in.
Ooh.
Might have to make this a regular thing.
Yeah. So we gonna call her, but she already know we calling. This is your speak your piece. Caller, what's going on? You are live right now on the Peace King podcast.
Live.
Yes, how y'all doing?
Hey, life is good. Can't
Phenomenal.
complain.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We appreciate you participating here. So this is a first, so we excited about it.
Facts.
Just let the people know. You don't have to say your name, but to give a general consensus of who we're kind of talking to. We could tell that you're a lady.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Definitely that. Definitely that.
All right. Do you like men, women? Like what we going? Both? Like what's happening?
Men all the way.
Okay,
Love me a man. Definitely.
I had to ask that just in case your question or something is
Never know.
related to a relation of sorts.
Right.
All right. Let the people know your age and where you're calling from. Let's just do that.
All right. Well, I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York.
New York.
But
Talk to 'em.
yes. And I'm in the age range because, a woman don't say her age. So I'm in the age range of 30.
We're going to let
So
her live on this
I give y'all a range. I give y'all a range.
All right.
All right.
Let's say 36 to 41 years old.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that too because the question I have, there's other women. I know 2 other women that's in the same place
Okay.
I'm in. And they like, who? We can't even ask nobody. And I was like, well, I just found some people for you.
Hey.
Come on
So
now.
Here we go.
Let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here we go.
that you can't see us right now, but that did put a smile on
That's
our
a
faces
fact.
right there. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
Like, we love to hear that. All right, so I'm gonna pass
So
it over to
definitely,
you.
and I
You got the
definitely want to
floor.
tell y'all too. I want to just say thank you for having me on the show, and thank you
Okay.
for creating this platform that not only hilarious at times but relatable, and give women like myself the opportunity to be able to receive an objective, honest point of view from a male's perspective. I also appreciate the various lessons I have learned, like by watching the Peace King pod and listening to Trell's live. So I salute y'all, kings. Thank you so much for this.
Oh man, that warms my heart right there. I'm sure you
Absolutely.
feel the same, man. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I appreciate the kind words. All right, well, let's see if we can continue that streak and drop a gem or 2 in our response. What you got for us tonight?
All right, y'all ready?
We ready.
You
We
ready?
You better hold on to your seats because I'm like a unicorn.
All right,
Okay?
I'm gonna sip my drink while you talking.
You need to do that. I think you're going to need to do that.
All right.
All right. So, what advice would you give to a single good woman in the 36 to 41-year-old range who are virgins? That's what I said. Yes, who are virgins and desire to be in a committed relationship that one day leads to marriage, but it's feeling like all hope is lost because most men state that they are not marrying any woman who they can't have sex with prior to marriage. The way that the male-led podcasts and lives that I listen to discuss sex, they discuss it like a requirement that's needed before they will even commit to a long-term relationship and or marriage can be considered. So it makes good women like myself, who are virgins like myself, feel like the plague and starting off with a loss, while the women who have like a few, who had like a few sexual partners to many, are out here starting off with a win and winning. So how come the playing field is so unbalanced and is all hope lost? Because this thought paradigm this thought paradigm is not just coming from men who are considered bad men, but good men who seem to have a lot of potential. So just as I was listening to y'all live, sometimes I listen and I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, like even just just give one. I listen to Trell's lives, right? So I can kind of hear more and learn more about him through that. And he sounds like somebody who would be a good man, right? And even he's saying, or you have said it in the podcast. So talk to me. Let me know what I gotta do because I don't want this well to be dry forever. Because I definitely want to get it in one day, some way.
Oh, come on, man.
Trust me when I tell you, okay?
Talk about it.
Oh, You want me to go first? Or you
I mean,
got it?
we could
Good,
play
good.
tennis
All
with
right,
this.
all right, bet. I like that. Let's go.
So, so here's the thing, right? I don't know that
Sip that
I've,
drink. Go ahead and sip that
yeah,
drink.
I'm going to. I don't know that I've ever had. I guess I would I would remember if I did. Um, experience with a virgin. So there's definitely a thing to that. So all right, before I start, let me ask you this because this is what I wanted to ask you, and I think maybe I missed this in your question. Are you waiting till marriage, or you just
Well, I thank you for that question. So I'm gonna say, because that question, while I'm dating, the question comes up, right? And so, if I'm to be real honest, when I first started off, it was because of my Christian beliefs, right?
okay?
And so then, as time went on, and I was dating, there was somebody I was um, dealing with, and I said to myself, you know what? I might actually consider doing it. But then I'm thinking to myself, just because I feel like, I got friends around me that's always talking about how good it is. Come on, you missing out. You crazy. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. I was saying to myself, I would give it a try. So when I was in this relationship, I said to myself, you know what? I was in a relationship and then it didn't work out. So then I started feeling like, why would I do this at this point in my life now if it's not forever, and
Right.
not knowing what could be attached to it. So
Okay. That's
That's
fair.
real. That's real. So okay, what I want to say is this. If there are, I mean, listen, like you just said, which is a great point, there are risks that are attached to it, right? We all know that. So you have to make a decision within yourself what's more important to you. Like, is it trying to overcome that and step over that hurdle and get some experience prior to, or you know what I'm saying? Like versus taking a chance of doing it and not knowing what's gonna come with it. Because yeah, I feel like I'm gonna say every man, but most men, you're right, do want somebody. And it's funny because we literally just had a conversation about
Right.
this, so this is like perfect the way this is happening. Most men want women who have some experience, right? Like you don't have to be Karen Steffens, you know what I'm saying, superhead, or
Right,
nobody
right,
like
right.
that, but they do want to have somebody that they feel like pleases them and know what they're doing. But at the same time, most men don't want the woman to have a lot of sexual partners or a lot of sexual experience. I mean, as far as like thinking about the experience they've had.
Right.
So the fact that you're a virgin is appealing on one hand. They just want to feel like you know what you're doing. So I think the biggest thing is how free, I'm not saying for you to answer this. I'm just giving out questions. How free are you, like, with your body and energy as far as, I feel like the phone is ringing on here. You hear it?
that's because my sister decides she wants to call somebody
Oh,
now. Sorry about that.
now you good. But
Yeah.
how? Because
Golly.
it might not take you like so long to catch up to speed
Yeah.
and get into it. Like most women, here's the thing. I don't say a lot of women don't even have orgasms. A lot of women are hampered in the bedroom as it is. Even women that have a lot of sexual experience because they're not freeing themselves. Like in the moment, they thinking about too much. You know what I'm saying? They thinking about the wrong things. They're not actually zoning in and keying in on the actual experience and feeling all the sensations and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
taking it all in. I guess pun intended. So it's like like as long if you can do that and be like really in tune with the person, and feel like super comfortable with them. And obviously that's going to take vibe. That's going to take time. You know what I'm saying? Experience leading to that place. But if you could allow yourself to be free, I feel like a lot of that stuff is going to take care of itself. And I'll kind of see what y'all have to say. Maybe I'll jump back in with something else too. after that.
Word. Appreciate the question. It's interesting and got me thinking. And my man HD, he dropped some good gems to, kind of influence some of my thinking. But I'm kind of leaning toward you waited this long, don't just give it up. Just wait.
Yeah,
I say just wait the marriage. Someone that waited to their mid-30s, 40s, I will feel bad. I ain't gonna front if they really trusted a dude and just the dude was toying with her the
That's a
whole
good
time.
point. Yeah.
And he wasn't authentic. He wasn't real.
Yeah.
And he just wanted the experience of knocking it down like, yup, I'm the one.
Yeah. Because
And
that's the thing.
and she lacks trust in men from that point forward.
Right. Yeah.
My deal is this: when you said on one hand, I ain't gonna front. I was like, well, could she use her hands? I'm just saying, like, a brother got a couple needs. Yeah, I mean, like, if I'm feeling a woman, but I'm like that way. I mean,
Okay,
could
so
you?
let me
I
add
ain't gonna
something to
front.
this, and thank God. Let me add something to this. So when I'm talking about sexual intercourse, I'm talking about penetration through the penis. So have I
Okay.
engaged in other things? I'm limited. I don't know if I can say it on here, but
You can
like,
say whatever you want to say. It's a
all right. So
podcast.
I have engaged in oral sex
Okay.
Okay.
before,
All right.
right? And you see me whispering because I'm at my mother's house, but yeah. So awkward. So yeah, I have engaged in that before. And so when you talk about the hands, so yes, I've used the mouth, but
Oh,
never been
word.
penetrated. So then it
Oh,
lows to so many other different levels because they like how you do, like even my girlfriends would be like, how you do that and then don't want it?
nah.
Like who does? How do you
Hey,
do that?
bump that.
Is a question.
Hey, that's more than some folks now. You know what I mean? Like that's more than some. When I say folks, I would say virgins that may be like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think. I mean,
And
I
that
would.
happens because you kind of think to yourself like you like somebody. And again, I've been in 3 relationships, so it's not like I'm sitting out here just sucking them all. Like I've been in three. I'm just keeping it real,
But
right? We family in here, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
fact.
yeah,
That's a fact.
it's not like I've been in 3 relationships, one in high
yeah.
school, one in college, and then one outside of
Hey, listen,
college.
let me
Yeah.
say to
So it's not
you, shout out to you for
Shout
not
out,
sucking them all.
shout
You know
out
what
to
I'm
you
saying?
for that, and
You
shout
know
out
what
to
I'm
you
saying?
for waiting for so long. Like
Shout out to the discretion. You know
shout
what I
out
mean?
to the for waiting for so long. Like
right.
holy
Yeah, thanks for
cannoli
the hand claps.
guacamole.
Thanks for the hand
That's
As
a
my
claps.
fact.
man
You know what I mean?
Noriega was saying. Yo, I say this, man. I think that a man, if the vibe is for real, I think a man will be honored to be the first one, especially if during the course of the relationship he could still be sexually pleased.
Yeah.
He's just not penetrating. I think that I mean that's to me that's pretty dope. The fear will be the man who to be on some once she gets it. I wonder. Hopefully her mind doesn't wander.
Right.
Like because she's
Oh,
only
okay. Yeah, I
been
see what you're
with
saying.
one
Yeah,
guy
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
it's me, is she going to be curious
Yeah, because there's nothing to
after the
like
fact?
really compare it to or gauge it
Exactly.
against. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and you know what? And even so people have said that, like women. I'm not even talking about men. That's why I said I really appreciate that our paths have crossed through social media because I'm talking to females all the time, and they're saying like you need a baseline, right? Like, but I always felt like I don't need a baseline because to me, I believe that communication is important, right?
Okay.
So if you communicate it, like, so I listen
Yeah.
to people. A lot of my friends are sexually active, and they be like, "Talk, I had to fake my way out of it," and I'm like, "What?" Oh no, it was all right.
Way
They think they left
out
out
of
of there feeling like
it.
they the man beating on their chest. Meanwhile, the whole time I was faking it. And so I'm like, why you didn't just tell them? Nah, because you mess with their ego. In the middle of that, you say that, you mess with their ego. And I'm like, for me, I feel like if I found the right one, I would want to communicate. I feel like communication, I'm assuming communication would make it better if both people are receptive to it and everybody leaves their egos out the door with the end goal of pleasure and loving on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I hear you. So that whole comparison thing,
Yeah.
I don't think I would do that because I believe in communication. I think that's very important
Most
in
definitely.
everything. Because what's good for you today might not be good for you 2 years from now, 10 years from now,
Right.
right?
So let,
Talk
let,
to
let me
him.
say this to you. So I feel like I agree with Trell, almost not quite 100%, but I'm very high, maybe like in the 90s, that you probably should wait till marriage at this point. But what I will say is this: I just don't want it to be a thing where you are just attaching too much to it, if that's such a thing, because it's such a big thing. I feel like I can't necessarily say that, but
Do you th- do you think she should have an age cutoff or something?
maybe. I mean,
I
maybe
mean,
that
Hey,
could be a
girl.
thing. Like maybe only just because that'll like stop. You know, I don't know. It's like some type of like incentive or motivation almost. But at the
yeah.
same time, I think my point is this, because I know I'm kind of like I'm trying to find the right words, but the thing is,
Sip
You
that drink. I told you you're gonna need that drink. Sip that drink. Get
you
your mind
can
right.
you can get married, and as we all know, as much as we want it to work out, marriages don't always last. So you still, you know what I'm saying, you still did it, and it was with that person. So it's the same thing. Let's just, if you was in a relationship with a person, committed relationship, but weren't married for 3-4 years and broke up, versus you married to somebody for 3-4 years and broke up. The only difference is you went to the courthouse, you got a title, you're married. And obviously, all of the business things and things that come with that contractually, but that's where it's kind of like not much of a difference. So as long as the person, the person loves you, is in love with you, cares for you, like wishes you, means you the best, comforts you, all of those things, right? Like feeds your soul, makes you happy. You can be proud that that's the person you let. You know what I'm saying? Like have that first experience with you. Like the marriage piece of it, I just don't want you to be so hung up on that part of it because I don't know how much that makes the biggest difference other than the fact that you just said, oh, I waited to marriage. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a badge of honor, it's a stripe,
Right, and
but I
that's
don't
why
know.
I don't think it's so much that. So here's the biggest reason why I wanted to present it to y'all, because gentlemen or men in general, it's not like I say it, right? You have sometimes it comes to a point where they might ask questions about it, right? And then I'm like a deer in headlights, and then I feel like, okay, they looking at me like, what's up? So I have to tell them, right? Because they might ask something like, what's your favorite position, or something along the line, like something along that might come up, and they kind of, I guess my nonverbals communicate something to them. And once they find out, like they'll say, "You are so beautiful." Like I've done online dating, right? And they're like, "Your pictures do you know justice. This is like quite the
You
opposite.
said
This is
once they
good." Like,
find out that you're a virgin.
yes, it's like once they find out, they're gone. So the challenge is, so even like I listened to y'all podcast,
Oh my
one of y'all
god.
podcasts, right? And y'all were talking, and y'all were just basically like overall, even though it's not the same, it's like if the sex is trash, I ain't gonna do it. I think HD had posed a question of saying like if you had an option, if the person had everything, they was a good woman and they had everything, but the sex was trash, what you gonna do? And then the both of y'all was kind of like,
Yeah, that,
So
that was the no
the
legs.
right, right. Right. So at the end of the day, the trash and not having it to me is like the same. And like saying, I gotta, y'all both was like, I gotta
Nah,
try it
that ain't the
before I
same.
can.
Yeah, it's not the same.
That ain't the same.
So that's what I wanted to kind of
Nah,
hear from,
nah,
because I'm
it ain't.
saying like
That's
it's
like
scary to
having.
get that you date people like I want to introduce you to somebody, but you get scared because you're like, then you won't get to that part, And I trust in the Lord, so I got to do better with that. But yeah, I get to that point where it feels like we are like taboo
Okay,
when we should be like praised.
I hear that. I got two things. It ain't the same. It's like getting a canvas that has a bunch of just ugly colors on it or whatever, right? That's the trash. It's just unorganized as a canvas, ugly colors, colors that you personally dislike. There's like, this is not, I don't even want to look at this canvas here. Versus the virgin is blank. You get to create whatever you want to
Talk
create
about it.
from it. You feel what I'm saying?
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so beautiful. I think I ain't gonna lie, like
Oh,
my eyes actually filled up with water. Like that actually
I
touched
like,
my
yeah, you
heart.
see my boy,
I
my
like
boy
Oh
over
my
that.
here
I
God,
like,
working.
so
You
you
know
know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying?
Word. Nah, but
Over
for
here
real,
working.
it's a beautiful thing. And this is what I would add on to the marriage part. I think for her, when you say religious, for me, or Christian thing, for me, I was thinking marriage to a standard person may be going to the courthouse. But for her, the only thing I would say is no matter if you're connected to the person and y'all have yet married, if you made a vow to yourself that you're not going to do it, that can trump everything else.
Yeah, that's solid.
You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's a fact.
So if you made a
Yeah.
vow to yourself, who cares what the world say? I got a quote that say, like what you like and don't apologize for it. So if you made a vow to yourself, stick to your guns and don't apologize for it. And if they cannot get on board with that program or respect it, then you just know that ain't the man for you.
Right. Yeah, right. No, I need it. Don't get it twisted.
I
That
don't want to be
I
100 years
definitely.
old waiting for him to come. Y'all gave them statistics too. Y'all let us know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, on the flip
Listen,
side, to
we.
counter my own point, like, yo, if you doing the same thing over and over again and you're getting the same result, it's kind of like, you might want to switch it up.
Listen, we can't
So,
change reality. You know what I'm saying? The numbers are what they are. You know what I'm saying? We ain't make them up. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, um, it's just a fact of life. But you can't really focus on that. Like you can't really be too worried about
yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to live your life. Just like at the end of the day, to be honest, the more and more I wake up every day, I feel like the world's gonna end like soon. You know what I'm saying? So the
Yeah.
way people wagging outside, you know
I
what I'm
need to
saying?
get it
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, but I can't worry about that. I just gotta live my life and see it
Word.
through. You know what I'm saying? And hope I get to see all the things I want to see in my life and my son and all that, and just live
Yeah.
my. So you gotta do the same
Amen.
thing. Just have that approach. Live your life, live it through. At the same time, like Trell said, if you're doing some things that you see that are repetitively, I should say, repeatedly, I guess, what I'm looking for, getting you the same
Mm-hmm.
results, then try something different as far as your approach in dating and
Yeah.
all of that type of stuff. I feel like, but at the same time, yeah, definitely,
Solid.
the dude that you are supposed to be with, and if marriage is the thing, then that's all you focus on. I feel like at the same time too, you have in. I look at it as kind of a positive too, a plus, because it's a extra, filter system. Like as soon as dudes
Yeah.
hear that, you know what it's about. If
In
they hear that and they
facts.
running away, all right, good. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it may save your time. Keep it
Yeah.
moving until you get to your person. I heard
Absolutely.
somebody the other day on a reel. They said, "No means next one, next
Mm,
opportunity." You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm,
like
that's good.
the
mm.
people who ain't for
Yeah,
you,
that's
they
real
not for
good.
you.
They're
And all
not
those
for you.
moments that's leading you to the place you need to go, they getting you ready for that person.
Hey,
And that's
man.
what it is.
Hey, man, you're rare.
Amen.
You're rare out here. Now, you said all of that, bro. I ain't even gonna hit on any of that. That was well said. You're rare, and something that's rare has high value.
Talk about it.
Oh God.
So
This ain't no
keep
counseling session.
So
Got
keep
tears
so
coming
keep
down my eyes.
hey
Saying stuff.
keep doing
That's
what you're
good.
doing, and
Facts.
I'm happy that you called in.
Oh man,
This
for
was
real.
this is I mean it's the only speaking piece somebody called in, but still it's about
Facts.
one of my it's my
You
favorite
you the
one
first
because of you're
ever.
the
You set
first
it
ever.
off.
Like
Yeah.
this was beautiful. So I appreciate you calling in, and I
Facts.
can't wait until we can watch this episode together,
Yeah, yeah,
and we
yeah.
can relive this
Amen. All
moment. All
right.
right. Well, hey,
Yes.
I
Thank you so
appreciate you
much.
calling
No
in,
doubt.
ma'am. This from 36 to 41 years old from Brooklyn, New York. All right. You have a wonderful rest of your night. All right.
You too. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right,
Okay.
Queen.
Our pleasure.
Bye bye.
Peace. Hey, man. Like, yo, that was legit.
That was fire, man. That
I
was
like that.
fire. We might have to make that a regular thing.
We
Man.
might have to do that. You
That
know
was
what I
fire.
mean? And y'all make sure y'all let us know in the comments what y'all thoughts are on this segment here, the call-ins for it. Like it's a first, and that's what we're gonna continue to do here, right? We growing this thing together, and
Absolutely.
we're gonna always try to do things different and get better and better and better as we grow,
Absolutely.
man. Hey man, I need a refill, my G.
I do too, man.
All
I
right.
do too.
Hey man, don't go nowhere. Y'all know we're gonna be right back with it, all right?
Yeah. Hungry HD.
Hey man, it's Trell Maurice. Are you ready to unlock the secrets to a happy and fulfilling life? Looking for a safe space to discuss health, wealth, and relationships? Well, look no further because Live with Trell is here. Join the charismatic host, Trell, as he dives deep into topics that matter most, creating an atmosphere of love, understanding, and positive vibes only. Live with Trell is your go-to destination every Tuesday and Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming exclusively on Instagram Live at Trell_Maurice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Yes, sir.
I hope you got your refill, because I do.
I got mine.
I got mine.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Listen, I think it's about that time, man. We hold somebody accountable, man.
Hey, sound like King's Corner to me.
King's Corner, you're
All
bugging.
right. Hey, man, I got the King's Corner
right,
this
let's-
week. I got the King's Corner. You're bugging. I got it going. All right, y'all, bear with your boy. It's gonna be fast. All right. So look, check me out, man. King's Corner, aka you bugging. All right. This week's King's Corner goes out to all those who are consistently telling folks what they are. For example, I am an alpha. I'm an alpha woman. I am a high value man. I'm an alpha value woman. I'm the prize. Stop.
Tooting your own horn, pause.
Man, just chill.
Yeah.
If you are in fact those things, you don't have to say it. You know what I mean? Just be. So like, yo, you don't need to say what you are. Just be who you are.
That's it.
You know what I mean? For example, I know we not animals, bro. We mammals, but we not animals. But I like the analogy. Like, yo, a lion doesn't have to go around beating his chest saying he's a lion.
That's a fact.
A lioness don't need to say she's a lion. You know.
You know.
They don't need to say, a lion doesn't have to say, I'm the king of the jungle.
Yeah.
Everyone knows by the way that they just carry themselves.
Respectfully.
So, ladies and gents, you don't need to go around saying what you are.
That's a fact.
One, it could kind of be like, why are you trying to convince others? But more importantly, are you trying to convince yourself?
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a good look. If you are, in fact, a leader, it would be obvious. You will have followers. You know what I mean? You will have supporters. You know what I mean? It will go without saying. If other people look up to you, if you know how to take care of your priorities, and it will go without saying.
That's a fact.
You know, so let's just, you know what I mean, act like you've been there before. It's like a football celebration. Like, yo, you're showing out way too much. You're doing way too much. Okay?
Way too much.
Like, yo, stop. You're bugging, King's Corner. Stop saying what you are and just be who you are.
That's
and
it,
hopefully
man.
it's one and the same.
That's it, you know, and I'm a big believer in that. Let's talk more action, man, you know? Because most of the times when you do a lot of talking and you saying who you are and you know what I mean, you boasting, you really wind up just looking corny, to be honest.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying?
bro.
Lame, L7, you know what I'm saying?
L7.
All the way. Yeah, I mean, that's what you look like out here. So please take a word from the wise and just do it, man. Just do it.
Facts.
That's all.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate it. That was this week's King's Corner. You know what I mean?
Quick and to the point.
All right. You're bucking.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Hey, that break was lit. We diving straight into the topics. You already know what it is, man. Hey, well, speaking of the priorities, like each week I do talk about the things that are very important. Like when you ask, hey, like, yo, how was your week? Like I generally think about my priorities and I figure out how were those priorities this week. You know what I'm saying? And also, yo, shout out to the quotes of the day. I do quotes of the day, yo. So make sure y'all follow Hungry HD. Y'all follow Trell _ Maurice on the gram. We be dropping dope content. And of course, follow at Peace King Pod. On my page particularly, I do a quote every single day. Today's quote was, know your priorities, say them out loud, and revisit them often. Bro, I think about it every day. That's why it's so easy to be like, oh, how was your week? Boom, I'm already gone through the list. Right. But with that, my kids, bro. You know what I mean? So let's talk about the parenting thing a little bit.
So I seen a post I thought it was very interesting, and it said that beating black children is actually the whitest thing you can do, right? And so to dive deeper, it was saying that, you know, dating back into, you know, black culture, even going back to African civilization, there's no history or record of corporal punishment or beating children, right, to discipline them, harsh discipline. But that was a part of European culture. And as we all know, obviously, through slavery, that's something that was passed on, you know, to us, and something that, you know, our OGs and ancestors did just as a learned behavior to discipline their children, to get them in line, just as they would beat to get in line, right? And so generation to generation, it's just been passed down. And so I didn't get a lot of beatings because I wasn't really a bad kid. You know what I'm saying? I definitely could be stubborn, have a hard head a little bit, but I was, you know what I'm saying, always more or less on the righteous side of things. Of course, I did my little things here and there, but you be
Yeah.
smart about it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And I wasn't talking back and disrespecting my grandma, things like that. I just wasn't doing that. So
Solid.
I caught one here and there, you know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
you just think of it as that's just the way it is, right?
Right.
You know, but now that I have, you know, a son of my own, and I did like my going into it, it was like, I'm going to, you know what? I didn't say, I didn't have any type of hard line drawn to saying. It was just like, that's not necessarily my approach. But if it happens, I just don't want to be like reckless with it. Like definitely
Right.
not like abuse. I'm not picking up items because
Right.
we can get into that too.
That's a bit much.
You know what I'm saying? I done got hit with objects, you know what I'm saying, before.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So definitely not doing that. But like, you know what I'm saying, a pluck or a pop, you know what I'm saying, something like that.
Right.
Or a smack on the hand. But even after, you know what I'm saying, I did that a couple times, and as I've evolved as a parent, it's like I don't even want to do that anymore. Like I try my hardest not to ever get to that point. It's just
Yeah.
I'm even now to a point where I don't even want to speak aggressively to my son. Like I just want to speak to him in a regular tone. And then,
Yeah.
you know, not to get too much, because I'm not, you know, it's my son and it's private. I'm not gonna put too much, but there's certain things that come with our relationship and parenthood with him that makes it a little harder. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm tested a little more every day. You know what I'm saying? That I'm
Yeah.
with him. And so I have to try. And at the same time, I know it can, because of these things, it can play on him even more if I was to do that. So it was like,
Right.
I'm trying to draw back more and more. So I'm just trying to see, you know, again, you know, what's your thoughts on it? And if you feel like it's something that we should just try to break away from completely.
Yeah, man. I've had, you know, disagreements with folks on. I have disagreements with family members on this particular topic. I've never taken a belt and beat my kids. Never done that. One, I came in a picture in my daughter's life. I met her mom. My daughter was 2 years old already. Like it was my ex's daughter at the time, right? So we got married. She became my stepdaughter. Over the years, she started to, you know, call me dad, and our relationship evolved to the point where, I mean, I met her 12 years ago now.
Right.
She's 14, right?
Right.
That's my daughter all day.
Yeah.
You know, because it was a girl, automatically I just wasn't even under the mindset like I'm not gonna put my hands on someone else's child.
Absolutely, yeah.
I also didn't want to. I never had the desire to.
Right.
I kind of at the beginning gave the discipline stuff kind of to her mom, but then over time,
Yeah.
I started to voice more on some like, hey, there needs to be consequences for this and that, and the consequences would never be physical assault.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like kids are the only relationship that you can legally assault. It's wild.
Yeah, true. True.
Can't even assault your spouse. It's domestic violence, but you
Right.
can assault your children. It's a wild thought. Now, with my son, I still haven't. I think the physical punishment, corporal punishment, I feel like it's a cop out. I feel like it's an easy way to channel your frustration with their bad behavior.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit more challenging to you're frustrated as a parent, and you have to step back and figure out a way to correct the behavior. Because the
Right.
goal is to correct the behavior.
Right.
So
right.
if that's the goal, why does physical punishment, corporal punishment, have to be the only solution?
Right.
So what I do is a little bit more methodical, is a little more psychological, if you will. They're like, hey, I know what you love. I'm taking that away. My son loves his PC. He loves his PS5. He loves his iPad. More so, he loves juice. And he loves snacks. Last time I checked, you don't need any of those things to survive.
Absolutely
You
not.
need food, you need water, you know what I'm saying? Snacks could be fruit. Like
That's a
you
fact.
don't need anything, you don't need the Cold Stones, you don't need the whatever, the Capri Suns, the Kool-Aid jammers, you don't need
All
none
of
of that. You could drink water. You could eat your dinner, the 3 meals a day. The snacks could be fruit, and you could read a book. Oh, he would hate that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Well, that's the consequence to your poor behavior.
That's a fact.
So those are the things that I kind of did over the years, and I still practice. Now I can't I ain't gonna front. Cause he's a boy.
Yeah, yeah.
There was some times where I did snatch him up now. Now, when I say snatch him up, it's like, boy, are you crazy? I will grab his shirt. Are you crazy? Especially like if I heard him talking to his mom a certain way. Because it's like, yo, respecting women and stuff like that, especially your mom deuce. That's a no-fly zone in my G. So, like, it ain't flying over here. It's a no-fly zone. Yeah. So, you need to watch yourself. So, I've talking sternly to them, to my children, to the point where when I talk sternly, like, eyes water and stuff.
Right.
Because I don't do it often.
Yeah.
So they know when I'm serious. And it is a thing. Like, yo, I do believe in my experience and as a child and as an adult and as a parent, kids do react to dad a bit differently than they react to mom. They try to get over with mom a lot more. Yeah. So my kids are very well behaved around me.
Listen.
But yeah. That's my take, man. I think that I think there is something to that quote that you mentioned.
No, absolutely, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. I thought, like, soon as I heard it, I was like, and even before I heard like the history aspect of it, instantly my mind went there already. It was like it just makes sense, right? Like, you don't. There's really no tradition. Well, early on it was, right, because you were taken from a place, you were brought. At least the people that were in Aboriginal, you were brought here. But once you get a few generations down, you just learning what was taught to you, and everything that was taught to you was through violence and aggression, and no care for you or your well-being, and just treated like property. So that's what you in turn would do, right? Like to people, which is interesting. And it's a lot. It's something I definitely want to make a topic of, but I also feel like that's kind of like the root of people when they. And I spoke to you about this probably off camera, like in a relationship with a woman, because I don't only know women that do this. I don't know men that do this. So sorry, ladies, but they'll make an argument like with you because they miss you. They'll create an argument, right? So it's like, and I liken that to like poor communication skills, right? So it's like, what are we, 5? That's like the little girl that would hit you because she liked you in kindergarten.
Yeah,
but when you think about psychologically how your parents showed you how much they cared, at least parents that dished out discipline like that, it would be they yelled at you or they beat you, right? Like because they cared that much about you not doing a certain thing or not getting hurt or being around these people, or you got caught over here after you're supposed to be home. So that's how that was expressed to you. So maybe that's why, women and people who communicate like that and communicate ineffectively, that could be why. And again, that's something we'll get back on, but I just wanted to say that because I feel like it ties into it. But definitely. Like if you're beat and you pass that on to your kids, and it's like what you said is very true. And I feel like that's the thing. A lot of people who do beat their kids, because I know even when I have popped my son, it's been like ultimate last resort. Like he's taken me to a point where like I talked to him several times. I tried to explain things, and he still. But it's still coming from a place of ignorance because I didn't quite realize what was going on. And the more education I got, it was like, oh, okay. So now I can approach it differently. And now I understand actually the ramifications that what I'm doing is having, right, on a deeper level that it wouldn't have with somebody that I'm not dealing with circumstance with. So it's like the more you get education, the more you step outside of that, the more you try to understand exactly what's going on with your children, the less you'll do that because you come at it from a whole different approach, and you educate yourself, and you'll find different methods and ways to talk to them and meet them on a level.
I did when my son was 3. I'm gonna give y'all a little insight. I already did it earlier in the episode. I might as well keep going. My son was 3 years old, bro. His mom was gone for a year. Right, she was Air Force also, right?
Right.
So she was gone for a year, and it was just me raising my son. He was 3 years old. Trying times, my G. My man had hand, foot, mouth disease. He had got walking pneumonia. I had knee surgery, and I had to potty train him, bruh.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's why I tip my hat. You remember one of the early episodes? I gave a shout out to all the primary custody parents right there doing it by themselves like that. You know what I mean? Like I know what it's like. I did it for a whole 365 with a 3-year-old. And we went through some things. It was trying times. Now, the balance, right? He wasn't getting the natural nurturing he gets from his mom dudes. So I think that he was like going through some things, right? So he was acting out.
Yeah.
Acting out like he normally wouldn't. And I remember just like, yo, why is he wilding? I mean, he was wilding. And I had spanked him, bro.
Yeah.
This was the one time.
Yeah.
One only time. And he would just get more irate. And I'm like, yo, and my pops was in town. It was just my pops and I. And he saw it. He was like, and bro, I grew up getting spanked. He was in disbelief, like, what in the world? And I spanked him again. And he just wouldn't. He wouldn't get it together, bro. I don't know what. And I didn't want my pop's influence anymore. Nothing against my pop's, a great man.
Yeah.
But like, I took my son in the room and shut the door because a part of me was like, am I doing this because like I grew up like that and like I'm thinking that that's the way to handle it? You know what I mean? But I took my son into the room and he was still going bonkers, bro. I gave him a hug.
Killed everything. Yeah.
I said, wow.
Yeah.
He just wanted some love, bro. He needed a bit more nurturing. You feel what I'm saying? In that moment. So I was like, yo, although he was wilding, you know what I mean? Sometimes we could just show extra love, attention, and care in those moments. I care for your behavior to change.
Yeah.
I need your behavior to change because I care about you and being a productive member of this society. I have a job, and it's to raise you. I'm going to do it with love and care. And since that day, my son's 9 years old, never spanked him.
Fire. Listen,
He's
it's
a good
commendable,
kid.
man. Yeah. And reality is most kids are, right? Like, at least early on, until they develop certain behaviors, it's like most kids or children, if, some I know some people don't like that term, kids. Most children are good children, right? Like, it's actually, and that's why we're having this conversation, is us as parents. And, like, a lot of times that messed them up, for lack of a better word, right? Their experience, all of these, traumas and things get, downloaded onto you. And send you on, a wrong path, or you just have these traumas and triggers that you deal with, as we see outside when we dating, right? I'm trying to unpack all these things, dealing with people that they never dealt with in their childhood. So it's important. Like, you can really set them up for success, or you can like put them behind the 8-ball, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You could push them back a few steps, and so. It's important that we think about this and think about how we, dealing with our children, approaching them, how we talking to them. Because sometimes that is what it is. Sometimes they just want a hug, man. Sometimes they just want, some attention or some affection. And sometimes you just got to have conversations. Like, I try to have conversations with my son as much as possible, even though I know he doesn't understand everything I'm saying, because I talk to him not like he's completely grown, but I have like real talk with him and try to explain things, but break it down in a way that he can understand. About whatever it may be, and at some point the light bulb will go off for the things that he's not quite getting yet. But as long as he's hearing it repetitively, and I just want him to understand like why certain things are happening. Because I grew up with this too. Like, you know what I'm saying, don't ask me no questions. You do it because I said so. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that definitely ain't worked for me. Because like I said, I was stubborn. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I could figure certain things out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you tell me it ain't work for you, that don't mean I can't figure it out. Let me go see. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I might, mess around and bump my head. You know what I mean? Well, I might figure it out though. Like, it's 50-50 chance. But if you told me exactly why and gave me a blueprint, it would be a higher, probability that I wouldn't do it. Because it's like, oh, okay, you fully explain how that could go left. I get it now. I'm not willing to take that much of a risk. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Nah, right. Bro, it'll stick. You know what I'm saying? Talking to him like that. But I remember being a adolescent or preteen, teen type of thing. Bro, I used to hate the lectures from my pops. I got an older brother. He's 3 years older than me. And like, we would do something. And my pops will always be lecturing. And him, He was my mom's, like just sitting up in their bed. You know what I mean? Just mad comfortable. My brother and I'd be like in the doorway, and we had to stand there. It'd be like a 30-minute lecture, bro. You ain't never stand so long in one spot. Your legs feel like they're pointing in the opposite direction. Like my legs feel like my feet feel like they were backwards. I was standing for that long. I say the story because some of the stuff stuck. I became an adult, and I would remember some of the things that he would constantly say.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's had an impact. I wouldn't be the man I am today without those lectures. You feel what I'm saying? So like kudos to you for keeping it real with your boy. You know what I'm saying? I practice the same things. And kudos to you, man. Keeping it real. He gonna remember those things. He may not remember everything right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he gonna reflect on those gems you dropping. You know what I mean? Yo, shout out to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we in the game, y'all.
We out here.
This is what we doing, y'all.
Yeah.
Relationships are on point, whether it's being a parent or you. I mean, we could get back on top. We got a little deep, y'all, but we get back on it. You already know what it is. It's Peace King Pod. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But yo, relationships, bruh, they could be tough. They could be easy. You know what I mean? Sometimes they fun, especially when it's something new. You know what I mean? I like that newness. You know what I mean? Like it's a breath of fresh air.
Newness is always
just
fun.
talking to somebody new. It's bad fly. You know what I mean? You may get the butterflies. You get excited when you see that text coming through.
Give me butterflies.
Come on, hey, that's a joint on the love. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
Hey man, and it's just fun. It's fun, and that's where it's like there's no pressure. It's fun. Now, you live, you learn.
That you do.
So when you're getting into something different, you know what I mean? I've had two situations tail end 2022, beginning of 2023.
Yeah.
Tail end 2022, didn't show on social media.
Okay.
Beginning of 2023, like I mean they weren't like exactly back to back, but the 2022 probably were bad to differ. It be like that. We're a work in progress over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
We in the game, coach.
That's what she said. But the latest one I did post on social media. You feel what I'm saying?
I seen it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And like, in my opinion, you just go with the flow. I don't regret it at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was me. It was authentic. But I do like, what do you think? What do you think about social media and relationships?
Like, do they mix? Can they work? Like, I don't know. Listen, I feel like, here's the thing. You have to be, well, I'm not saying have to, but I feel like it has a higher chance of working out if that person is operating and familiar and has a presence on social media themselves. Mm-hmm. So they understand, right? Like you guys have a common ground and you get it. I think it's just a bit more difficult to do with somebody that's not active like that. Somebody that may be just on social media just for entertainment. Sometimes they don't really post even. They just check other people's stuff, you know what I'm saying? Or even somebody that don't have it at all. Like, it's going to be more difficult because it's two sides to it. One, if you're somebody like us, right, who's active and has, a fair amount of followers.
Right.
For the other person, they have to deal with what comes with that, right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of attention that comes from that. Listen, don't shoot the messenger, but I feel like we happen to be two, you know what I'm saying, pretty handsome, you know what I mean, intelligent,
the truth is the
well-rounded men, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
There's attention that comes with that aspect as well as people just enjoying the content and stuff like that. So your partner has to be secure in that, right?
Facts.
So that's one side of it. But the other side is, the posting, like you're saying, like posting each other, like and posting date night and doing this. And if you somebody like me, I enjoy privacy. As much as we operate on social media and do what we do, I still like to keep what I can to myself. You understand what I'm saying? And my relationship will be one of those things. I don't need everybody to see every little thing that we're doing.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
I've been
absolutely.
in situations where I wasn't even in a relationship. Like I'm just kind of we date, I'm just chilling. And then driving. She in a passenger. We on our way somewhere. I just see the phone in the corner of my eye, like quick, the ussy. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like, yeah,
ussy.
it's like yo, fam. Like, what are you doing,
The
fam? Like,
ussy.
the unsanctioned. You know what I'm
Mess
saying?
around, the whole car smell like, but does see. No, I'm just
Dom DeMarco.
Listen,
oh,
man.
you showing love, showing love. That's just
Oh
don't be
man.
posting that though. Don't be posting that. What you
Yeah,
mean?
you can't post that
Nah,
one.
but
You know what I'm
when
saying?
it's early in the game, bro.
Yeah.
I've been on some petty stuff before. You see
Yeah.
Joy. I see Joy taking a
touch your
picture
ass.
in my crib. Like you plan on posting that? Like hold on.
Yeah.
Like you purposefully taking a picture where they can see these yellow chairs.
Right. Right. It's
People
like,
know
yo,
these. Yeah, I mean, like, come on now.
like what you trying to
Or
do?
people know that when you got a presence, like we got a presence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, she taking a picture, you see the Peace King sign in the back.
Exactly. Yeah,
People
it's
know
like
the wall.
Exactly.
But like, if it ain't serious, I mean, if that's your lady, it's your lady. But nah, talk more about the privacy part. Like, what you mean by that? What does that mean to you?
So like for me, it's just like I don't necessarily want everybody to be in on every moment, every single moment of my life, especially when it comes to people I love and care about. So like I had one relationship where it was like very much social media forward. It wasn't my decision. It was more so like hers. And I didn't really fight it. It was like, you know what? This ain't really my thing, but
Yeah.
you know what? I'm rocking with her. Like compromise. Like,
Right,
it
right,
ain't no
right,
big
right,
deal.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We know a lot of
80-20,
the
80-20 on
we know
the
a lot
low.
of the same people anyway, so it's like
Okay.
it's all good, whatever.
Yeah.
But then what starts to happen is people feel like they're a part of your relationship. They feel entitled to certain information.
yeah.
So then when certain things go wrong, now people asking certain all kind of questions, or when a breakup happened, to be like, oh, and especially that's on Facebook when you had like they might still have that. I don't really be on there, but
The
you
status.
change it from single to
I
it'd be
never
like,
did
yo,
that.
fam,
I
I
didn't
might did that
I
with
didn't
her
even
that
have
one
the
time.
option. I took the option off. Y'all ain't gonna know. That was back in the day. Y'all ain't gonna know. You know what I mean? But like, yeah. All right, go ahead, bro.
Nah, yeah, but and you can't, as much as you want to be like, yo, what the fuck, mind your business. You was sharing everything else, so it's like you kind of made the
man.
relationship their business. So at the end of the
Facts.
day, it kind of is their business now.
Hey.
So you can't really be mad at them.
I hear you. I posted 2 reels. 2. And we weren't even talking. Like we were, I'm saying in the reels, it was music playing.
Yeah.
It was a date night, and then we went to a concert. And she was singing probably like each time she was singing, it was less than 1 second.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you posted her, oh, you know. Y'all seen her for 2 whole seconds. I ain't posted not one photo.
None.
Not one photo where it's a still picture. Never in the story. 2 reels.
And it's funny
But
because
1 second, she was seen 1 second laughing, and the other one, 1 second, like taking a picture with the celebrity.
yeah,
That's it. That was it, and they ran with it. So I was like, okay, this is me learning that, when you posting a significant other, or you know what I mean, when you're in a relationship,
yeah,
just be prepared for a lot of assumptions and things like
Facts.
that. And then if there's an inkling that y'all aren't together anymore, people want to know why and this and that. But hey, man, I'm older now, so it's easy for me to handle it. I let people know, hey, I will never go online and talk bad about somebody that I chose to be with.
right, yeah.
So
Important.
y'all will never know, and she wasn't a secret, but I still maintained the privacy.
Right.
I never talked about
That part.
I never talked about what we were going through in our relationship.
Yeah.
I never talked about the highs. I never talked about any potential lows. I never talked about any of that.
Right.
Because it was none of anybody's business.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? All they saw was, oh, Trell's in a relationship. That's all you need to know.
That's it. Listen.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Privacy versus secrecy.
Right. No, before I'm getting ready to say what I'm getting ready to say, what I was going to say while you're talking was, Yeah, when I seen that first one and I seen it up there, I already knew. I was like, oh yeah, DM's about to be on fire. Fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Cause
yeah,
she was laughing. She was having a good
looking
time.
very happy
Hey,
outside.
you gonna be happy with your mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I mean, I can't. What y'all think this is? You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
What y'all think this is? We need a Peace King pod drop. That's what I need. We
Oh,
need to
yeah,
search
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
because I don't even know. I don't know that DJ like that, but I like that drop. We need an echo one. All of my peeps, y'all didn't come holler at us.
Yeah, facts.
I'm gonna have that before the next episode.
Hey, listen, we gotta get it going. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, but
My bad.
no, that's good.
The social media, relationship, privacy, secrecy,
Right,
all of that.
right.
That's where we at.
So,
the DMs will
I
be on
think
fire.
What people's business is what you make it, right? And
Facts.
so, like, that's what I was going to say too. As far as the privacy versus secrecy, because people love to hit you with that, and that just really just be the ski, the gas to try to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The 52 fake out to try to, you know what I mean, fool you. It's like, oh, why you trying to hide your relationship? Oh, you must be in a relationship because you not got nobody posted on your page or blah, blah. Oh, you must be doing your thing because you not posting your girl. It's like, yo, look, fam, my business is my business.
Come on now.
Your business of mine is what I allow for it to be. And let's not ever get that twisted. Like, and again, I got love for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I love the exchange and the relationship that we have on social media.
Indeed.
If it ever comes the day that I would like to post my lady, you know what I'm saying, or whoever, like, I'll do that. If I don't, then I won't. You know what I'm saying? And
Come on now.
that conversation, that understanding is for me and my lady.
Yes,
like,
sir.
you know what I'm saying? As long as she understands what it is, like, that's all that really matters. That's all I
that
really
matters,
care
bro.
about. And again, it's not just for me personally. It's not just exclusive to her. Like, on my page, I don't post anybody outside of myself, really, like, or people that have social media. Like, you go on my page, you don't really see family pic. You don't see a lot of that stuff because it's like that's just not what I do. And at the same time, too, you just never know. You never, especially as stature grows. You know what I'm saying? As we become more exposed to more people. Some people on nutty time. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Everybody
that's a
ain't
good
rap too
point.
tight.
That's
You know
a
what I'm
great
saying?
point.
You never know what people intentions are, what they try and do. So it's like, yeah, I'd rather not, fam. You know what I'm saying? I deal with you how I deal with you. This is our exchange. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. If I'm giving you great content and you like it and you love it, what more do you need, man? What more do you need,
can
baby?
I say?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What more do you need? Listen, because a lot of it just be because you want to shoot your. If you want to shoot your shot, just shoot it, baby. You don't need the. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no extra information to shoot your shot. You know what I mean? Not if you're a real shooter.
Come on, man.
If you're a real, I'm not worried about who guarding me. I'm coming outside and then putting these shots up.
Hey,
you know what I'm
on
saying?
status.
May
Come
the
on,
best
shout out
man
to
win.
Allen Iverson in the
you know what I
game.
mean? That's up to me as a solid partner to tell you,
Yeah.
like, I appreciate that, but I'm dealing with somebody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. That's all it takes.
Come on, man. When I say Allen Iverson, this man random. I don't know why I thought about like having AI as a guest. That would be.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fire. That'd be fire.
I don't know, and it felt real. It felt like it's about easy.
It might happen, man.
It might easy.
Shout out to Bubba Chuck, man.
Come on, man. Hey, we in the game, yo. Hey, this is fire, bro.
Yeah.
Fire, bro. This is
Yeah.
nothing but fire. Like, yo, I can't even come on. Perfect. I mean, like, yo, this is what we in. We said we were gonna do another speaking
We
piece.
did. We got to give him a bonus speaking piece.
All right,
we got
right,
to.
right. I got this one. This
All
week.
right.
HD normally does the
I'm about to say
speaking
it's
piece.
my first time. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I
Just
mean?
listening. So now I'm looking forward to this.
And he hasn't heard this yet.
I
All
haven't.
right, boom, bye. We in the game, coach. All right, where we at? So again, for the speak your piece, ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard the one earlier. I do like the call-ins. We may have to do that. I like the call-ins.
I like the call-in. Call-in is fire.
But although, you know what I mean, this one, y'all can, if y'all don't feel comfortable calling in, you can DM. You can DM us individually. Better DM the at Peace King Pod page.
Yeah.
That'll be even better. Then both of us get eyes on.
Absolutely.
I do like the fact that I got this one and he don't know. So it's a little bit of element of surprise here. But yes, call in. Please let us know whether you want to do it or not. And like you saw on tonight's episode, you can remain anonymous.
That's a fact.
Even if you call in, we respect it.
That's a fact.
All right, she says, I have a speak your piece. With the exclamation point. So she's excited about it.
Yeah, talk about it. Talk
Shout
about
out to the punctuation.
Yeah.
All right. So I hosted a cookout / baby shower for a friend.
Okay.
Women only. I asked my man to grill, and I had everything else catered. He went inside, and a female asked to use the bathroom. When he came back out, he seemed frazzled.
Hold on now.
He finished cooking, kissed me, and left. After everyone left, he returned and told me to check the camera footage from earlier. I guess they had like Ring inside, you know what I'm saying? Like they had the cameras. The female who asked to use the restroom pinned her body against his in the kitchen and attempted to rub his peen.
Oh, not the Schmeat rub. You know what I mean?
Attempted to rub his peen.
You can't make this shit up.
Come on, man.
You can't make this shit up.
Hey, he literally shoved her away, though. Okay, this
Smart man.
this expletive, I ain't gonna say that word, tells him it will be our secret. Where's the bathroom?
My little secret, and that's how we should keep.
She said, I'ma never let her know. Come on, man.
Oh man.
I asked him why he didn't tell me as soon as it happened. He said he didn't want to ruin the event or have me whoop her ass.
Right. Smart man.
So her question, as men, would you have handled it the same way?
I'm going first. All right. So, listen, as you might have told by my response, yeah, I would have definitely handled it the same way. I think the exact same way because, shout out to that man. You have a man that has a level head on his shoulders.
Indeed.
A man that has discernment, right? A man that's not going to put him or you in a bad situation. So he's understanding that what the event is about. It's a baby shower. It's an event for celebration. Clearly, this woman is not the woman who the baby shower is for. So it's like, why destroy such an important moment, you know what I'm saying, for the woman because of this? Because he knows how you're going to react, right? So it's like, baby shower probably over, you know what I'm saying, once you get the information. So let's not do that. Let's not destroy everybody's experience because of this. He did, just like I said a few seconds ago. Like I said, for women that want to shoot they shot with me, and that's just because I don't have my girl on my page, it's up to me to be stand up and tell you, like, yo, I'm in a relationship, nah, I can't do it. He did that. Like, yeah, first of all, obviously she already knew because y'all there together, but he just extra solidified to put the stamp on it, like, nah, I don't know what you thought, but you gotta relax, you're wilding. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, really just, I know this is not probably what it's about, but I'm saying anyway, just be proud of your man, salute your man, and be happy for the way that he handled it. And I know that you're probably still tight right now about it, and I don't know if you've addressed her yet or not, but I don't know if it makes sense to. At the end of the day, he did what he's supposed to do. Just, this is one of your friends, supposedly. You just cut her off, keep it moving, and let it be what it is, man.
Yeah, man. That's the Hungry HD, ladies and gentlemen. The goddamn Hungry HD. What more can I say? Like, you know what I mean? I gotta wholeheartedly concur. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just hit the concur button and keep it flowing. Yeah, man. I echo everything that my partner just said. Presence of mind.
Yeah, man.
You do have the presence of mind for what that moment was designed for. Mm-hmm. And it was to celebrate someone and a new life coming in. Mm-hmm. He did not allow someone's poor behavior to result in a poor outcome for that shower.
No weapon
You know what I'm
formed
saying?
against me shall prosper.
It won't work.
Yeah, it won't.
So shout out to bruh. To answer your question, yes, I would have handled it the exact same way. You know, I kind of want to make a joke right now, but you know,
Nah, I mean, go ahead. I mean,
just play. Now the young Trell would have taken the bathroom and knocked her down. I'm just playing. I'm joking. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. One. I would have been upset if that was your homegirl. I would have been upset at the woman. Like, don't ever disrespect my lady like that
yeah, no, she's wild.
in her house. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I like the way he handled it. He left.
Right, yeah.
I would only hope that I would have had. I mean, like, was all the meat cooked almost like on the grill? Because he was grilling. Like,
yeah, it must have been. He must have finished up and
must
then
have
left.
finished.
Yeah, he finished and then
I
left.
hope he finished.
Yeah.
I would have made it to go plate before I left.
I'm
I
looking
ain't
at what's
finna
up.
be up. I'm fat. I ain't finna be up here cooking and all that. I'ma just leave because you rubbed the ping.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, let me go ahead and make my plate. This one tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Yeah, let me get that banana pudding over there too. You know? Like, come on. I would make a to-go plate at least.
Got to.
You know, but, you know, all jokes aside, your man handled it very well.
Yeah.
I could only hope I would have handled it the same way. I believe that I would have perfectly. And the fact that he had footage to back up his claim, solid.
yeah.
Because if she would have eventually addressed the woman and the woman wanted to turn a different story, we got the footage.
Man, that's wild dangerous too. If it's no footage, now it's like her word against yours.
Come on, man.
And that could get real spicy. So it's like, yo.
That's probably why he was so confident to leave.
Yeah.
Check the footage,
Check
man.
the footage, babe.
Shout out.
What about your friends?
Check the footage. You know what I'm saying? That's what it gotta be. Check the footage.
Check the footage. And yeah,
Yeah,
man,
baby.
like, what about your friends, man?
What about your friends?
Will they stand their ground?
Come on, man.
Will they be around, baby?
Come on,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Hey.
Clearly not. You know what I'm saying? Clearly not. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, we don't
man.
mean to laugh at your pain.
Nah, you know.
You know what I mean? Shout out to
Listen,
Kevin Hart.
but you've been watching
But,
the
like,
pod. You know how we do.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, man.
Bottom line is, yeah, I agree. I think we're both in the same mindset of your man handling it well. Kudos to your man for handling it well.
Facts, man. Facts. Leave that. Don't beat that girl up, man. Like,
Yeah.
Just send her on her way, man.
Yeah.
That's all.
Now you know how to move around her, or just not have her around.
That's it.
Indeed.
That's it.
All right, man. Hey, man. Another one for the books.
We did it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we did it.
Episode 11.
Yeah,
On
man.
say.
Oh, man.
We in the game.
On the road to 20 now.
Yes,
You know
sir,
what I
Ski.
mean?
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you already know. Subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah, I mean, we building over here.
That's a
All of
fact.
our day ones. And if y'all haven't seen the previous episodes, just go ahead and check them out.
Run it up.
We reference them often.
Yeah, we do.
We reference them often.
We do. It's a lot of quality content in there, man. So yeah, follow at the Hungry HD on the gram.
Come on, man. Follow at Trell_Maurice.
Yeah, follow at Peace King Pod. And like my man
Indeed.
says, subscribe. And on that note, we gonna see y'all for episode 12. Peace,
Right back
King.
next week. Peace, King.